This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us again today is Jason Brewer, the CEO of Marula Mining. I think it was only a couple of days ago, Jason, that we spoke regarding the Blesberg results, the assay results that you have been waiting for, but some further news on Blesberg and Nyorinyori, and that the Blesberg news is, of course, lots of new equipment arriving. We've seen the photographs there on Twitter, JCB front wheel loaders and excavators, and you say in the RNS that this boosts the mining capacity beyond 1,000 tonnes a day. So just give me a feel for what it's like to see this new equipment, and it is brand new. It looks very shiny.
Yeah, it is very shiny for the moment. I'm sure the guys on site will start to mess it up a little bit over time. But yes, very hot on the heels, I guess, of putting out the independent assay results of the stockpiled material, the processed material there. We've, through our partnership there again with Q Global Commodities, we've sourced brand new equipment through Bell here in South Africa, and that arrived this week. So that is there basically to really focus on making Blesberg quite a significant operation. Clearly, the dozer, the excavator, is an addition to the, I think, half a dozen other bits of kit that arrived earlier in the year. So a major investment, I think there's something like 40 million rand has gone in equipment over the past 3 or 4 months. So that's quite equipment by a junior company. So that's really going to increase the processing rates of the existing stockpiles. But importantly for us now, as we move towards a more conventional open pit hard rock operation, that really sets the tone for that as well. So it's great to get that equipment up there. Great to see those photos. Great to see it turn up literally at the crack of dawn, and then within a few hours, being ready for work. So it's good.
Well, you're really clearly ramping up here now that you've got the confidence from those assay results. And of course, we await the new agreements from offtake takers at some point in the not too distant future, hopefully. You also mentioned in the RNS that you start preparing for resource drilling as well. So you're actually preparing to get into some of that hard rock and try and get a bit of an idea of what might be there in terms of a resource.
Absolutely. Look, we've got some news to come out very shortly on the exploration plan, the resource drilling plan that we've got there, the appointment of the drilling contractors and their mobilization. So there's a lot going on there, as well as that resource drilling, because of the nature of the pegmatites, which host the lithium mineralization here. There is a lot of trenching work which we're going to be doing. And already the dozer, the excavator has been put to good use, already starting some of those trenches. So that work started almost immediately. So that exploration program is there to give us the true potential of what we've got. I mean, we've seen what's in the waste, the historical waste stockpiles from over 80 years of intermittent mining. That's come from the pegmatite itself. So that's given us a good idea of what's in there. We now need to better understand the true extent, not just in the single pegmatite that's being processed at the moment, but also the series of other parallel pegmatites that occur on the existing prospecting license.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. But moving on to Nyorinyori then, where news today talking about Geofields have been appointed to start exploration work during August. Well, that's now clear, so that's going to start very soon, following the exploration projects for Marula at Kinusi and, of course, Bagamoyo. You're going to follow a similar plan that you did at those other projects here at Nyorinyori?
We are. Look, I mean, Geofields have very quickly proven what a very capable, professional and very hard-working group they are. So we're looking to get them up to site at the end of this week.
Okay.
Our guys out of Nairobi and our partners here out of South Africa, QGC, plus some of our guys out of London, are all on site from the 14th, 15th. So there's a lot of activity there at Nyorinyori and at Kinusi. So I want them there to be starting their phase 1 work, which is mapping, sampling, and really giving us a good understanding of exactly what we've got across those licenses. Our existing 10 licenses, granted mining licenses. And then there's a series of, I think it's up to 11 more licenses that we've really identified now from a larger list of 25 that we want to focus on, where there is small scale mining, where there has been sales of material, and where we think it provides a platform to get moving very quickly and even start looking at a DSO style operation too.
Okay, so this is early stage exploration. You say it's phase 1. It'll involve mapping, sampling and trenching, and the establishment of a database, and also looking to get into some of the additional granted mining licenses here. Results expected, you say, by September 2023, so only a month after you've started. It's fairly rapid. What are you hoping to see? What's the objective? What's the end result you would like to see from the end of this exploration program, good or bad?
Oh, look, I think I was there with the Tequila mining guys, who are our partners on Nyorinyori. I was actually there as well with one of our investors, one of our shareholders, who happened to be in Moshi in Tanzania at the same time. We were able to see the visual graphite. We were able to see a very significant seam of graphite, which was almost 100% graphite content, which when you see the flakes, and there's been lots of videos and photographs which were posted on this, I want that confirmed independently. You know, I got very excited about that. I got very excited about the larger extent of that license area, where we walked for over 2 kilometers and you're able to see the surface outcrops of this graphite mineralization. I've seen it, I've touched it. We've got some samples here in South Africa actually now, which we're going to have a look at from an assay point of view. I really want them to confirm what my initial perception was, which was, this is exciting. This is something which I hadn't seen before. I'd been on the coast in Tanzania, Tanga province and so on, where there's a lot of Australian, London-listed companies that are doing exploration for graphite. But the style of graphite mineralization we saw at Nyorinyori was very different. And for that reason alone, I'm quite excited about what we can achieve from their independent assessment and allow us to then move forward, remaining, 5 months of this year.
Okay, so it's really to confirm the prospectivity that you feel is there and the excitement that you feel is there. And you're potentially looking to replicate the model at Blesberg, looking for potentially getting into production or processing, I should say, and a DSO.
Yeah, I've already been speaking, both myself and Tokas and Hayden, our COO. We've already been speaking to a mining processing expert in graphite, just based out of Cape Town, who commissioned a graphite operation there in Namibia. We're talking to him about the potential processing here, because it's not going to be a conventional flotation plant to extract the graphite from the host rock, because there really is no host rock here. It's almost pure graphite, like I say. So, but we want to get the value for the large jumbo flakes, you know, the several $1,000s a ton, as opposed to what the locals are doing at the moment, sending a blended raw product for a couple of $1,000s a ton. So we want to get that value uplift. So we've got to look at how we can do that. And that's where I think Geofields will be able to assist us. And where I think potentially down the track, yes, we've got an opportunity to do a DSO style Blesberg, quick to production, generate cash flow to which we can then use to really understand the bigger potential on these licenses.
Okay. And I understand it's your plan to go and visit the site during August to check on progress, but also to look at other potential prospects or projects in the area. Is that right? And hopefully we can do a bit of an interview from site. Yeah,
we're up there next week. Okay. So quite a group up there on site. There'll be, obviously we'll take full advantage of that with news flow and so on. But I think, and that's not just to Nyorinyori, that's going to Kanusi as well, because there's a lot happening there. But at Nyorinyori, yes, we'll have lots of, love to do a live interview from there, Mark. I think when you see it and you can, it's always better when you can see it and almost touch it. You know, then you can understand exactly what we've got and what the opportunity is. So we'll be doing something from there. Again, we're a very transparent and open organization, and we love showing off what we've got. You know, when you've got a good story, which is what I think we have, you've got to tell it. You've got to tell it, and you've got to tell it in whatever way you can. And I think there's going to be probably half a dozen people up on site next week, along with the Geofields guys. So we'll be able to sit down and really have a good think tank and a good discussion about what their first impressions are and how we can potentially move this forward quickly with them. They've got great experience in graphite. That's one of the huge advantages of them. And that's shown in their assessment of Bagamoyo and some of the results which we're hoping on getting out of Bagamoyo over the course of this week too.
Okay, so more news to follow on other projects as well. Well, let's see if we can get that interview sorted for next week from Nyorinyori and potential other projects. We can talk about the exploration work that's going on and those first impressions, like you say. But for now, thank you very much for that update. Jason Brewer, CEO of Marula Mining.
Mark, many thanks. It's great.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.